Hello, lovely to see you all again today. In today's session, we're going to go into more depth for our waving hands in the clouds. So please remember, if we're not able to move the body, the fingertips are only at our shoulder height, but perhaps our shoulders are a bit sore today, then please just put your fingertips at whatever height is comfortable and visualize the fingertips are a little bit higher. Or perhaps one arm is really sore today and you can't move it at all. That's okay. Just visualize, just move one arm and visualize the other arm moving. It is quite a complex movement, so if you're getting a little overwhelmed by the movement, just forget the legs and just focus on the upper body, or just forget the arms and just focus on the legs. Remember, you can always pause this video or rewind to relearn a little bit that you didn't quite capture. That's quite okay. Or go back and watch the whole session again. So, when we were talking about the fingertips being shoulder height, sometimes when you're looking on the computer like this, it's really hard, the perspective, to see what that looks like. So sometimes it's worthwhile turning your own camera on or having a look in the mirror yourself to see, are my fingertips shoulder height? Some people think it might be the base of the hands that are shoulder height. No, that's too high. How do we know our hands are in a comfortable position when we are waving hands in the clouds? One way we know is what feels relaxed. When my shoulders are relaxed, my elbows are down. So the minute my elbow goes out, I'm putting great strain on my shoulder. So just by dropping the elbow, gravity wants everything to drop down. So allowing that elbow to drop down and checking in with the fingertips and shoulder height is terrific. I'm an occupational therapist, so I think Tai Chi, occupational therapy is about our day-to-day activities, and I think Tai Chi is actually about our day-to-day activities as well. When we're standing at the sink washing our dishes, what a great opportunity to shift our weight with awareness. When we're vacuuming, this is the classic. Most people vacuum, they stand upright. Here we go. This is applying Tai Chi. Oh, watch out for dogs on the floor. Most people vacuum by standing upright and then moving their back like this and vacuuming. And then they go, oh, my back's really sore. And it's like, yeah, absolutely, mine would be too. So if we apply the Tai Chi principles, vacuuming is actually put one foot ahead and shift weight through the legs. Keep your spine upright. And, you know, actually that's how is a much more ergonomic way of vacuuming. So I think when we start to find these opportunities to apply our Tai Chi knowledge to everyday life, it just makes them come more alive. Why are we practicing Tai Chi? It really is to support the rest of our lives. It's not just for half an hour a day. Hopefully it starts to permeate the other 23 and a half hours. So there's lots of opportunities where we can weight shift in a very Tai Chi manner. Like you imagine going for a walk, I don't know, I live in the city and you go for a walk around the block. If you commit your weight as you're putting the foot down, that's when you actually have to adjust your ankles so you don't fall. You know, if there's a crack in the footpath, it's not a smooth surface. But if you can touch the surface first, then it gives feedback to your body. And there's a thing called an ankle righting reaction where your ankle adjusts to an uneven surface and then you commit your weight onto it. So it's a much safer way to move. But again, it's just applying our Tai Chi principles to walking. And the other thing that it reminds us to do is to keep the body upright. That really improves our balance. Just keep your head upright, looking straight ahead. Immediately your fall's risk decreases dramatically. Let's do some warm-ups. I'll invite you to put yourself on mute just to stop any background noise. Excellent. Oh, look at us go. We know exactly where the mute button is now. That's terrific. All right, we won't go through the whole sequence of the warm-ups because otherwise we run out of time. Okay, so just finding our posture, just dropping down into the earth, feeling that beautiful connection. We talk about being rooted to the earth in Tai Chi. Imagine where your feet are touching the earth, there are roots growing out from under your feet, connecting down into the earth. So it's a lovely solid stance. Let's start with our neck, and we'll do the turning side to side neck. So we start with the arms floating up, turn one hand over, the other hand down at the hip. Turning our neck and coming back to the center. One hand rise, one hand lower. Other side, turning the neck and moving back. Beautiful. One hand becomes yin, one hand becomes yang. Which just means one goes up, one goes down. And turn back. Change. Turn. Last one, either side. Again, this one we keep our hips steady, so it is to turn our neck. Wonderful. Last one, keeping the hips steady, so we do turn our neck. Coming back. Okay, let's do one for the shoulders, and we'll roll the shoulders forward. So remember, wherever the third finger touches on the side of the legs, your gallbladder 31, it's just rolling the shoulders around. Try to keep the fingers connected to the side of the legs. That's it. So we might draw small circles on the thighs. When it's just small circles, we're doing much smaller movement of our shoulders and rolling the shoulders back. We have about 3 layers of muscles on our shoulder, and usually it's the very deep muscles that are a little bit weaker, and the very small shoulder rotations activate those deeper muscles. If we do a really big shoulder rotation, let's just try that. That's the muscles, that's the more superficial muscles on the outside of the shoulders, and they're usually fine, but those very deep muscles a bit weaker. Let's do one for the spine. So we'll do the heaven and earth, stretching up and down. Change. Lengthening the spine. I like to feel the spiral. So feel the spiral. You come up the midline. You rotate that upper hand up. Feel that beautiful spiral, and then try to reverse the whole thing to feel the spiral all the way down. So feel that beautiful spiral up and feeling that beautiful spiral down. And then how can I spiral the bottom hand? Is there a spiraling down? And can I spiral back? Last one, the bottom hand, can I spiral down? Good. And spiraling back. Okay, let's move to the hips, just one for the hips, pushing to the side and change. Pushing to the side. Good. And change. Excellent. So the awareness is in the hip. It's about that muscle on the outside of the hip. The only way we get them working is if our feet are parallel, facing the same way. That's it. So it's all about the hip, the side, the outside and the inside of our hip joints. The arms are a bonus, really. Great. Okay, final one, either side. Really feeling down through the hips. Nice. Final one. Feeling down through the hips. Great. Down into the knees. So we'll keep our weight back and just tap forward. So it's not the weight shift we usually do, it's the other warm-up. And bring the foot back. Again, if you want something to hold on to, please grab something stable. Forward and back. If you're really steady and want to kick off the ground, that's quite okay as well. Or tap on the ground, whatever works best for you today. Stretch. And change. Stretch. Change and stretch and change. Good. Ankles, heel and toe. Great. Changing over, heel and toe. Hands stretching out. And relax, open and close. Let's twiddle our thumbs. So fingertips pushing a little bit together, just rolling the thumbs, twiddling the thumbs, relax the shoulders. That's it, relax the dantian and twiddle the thumbs back the other way. Easy. Now touch the thumbs together, twiddle your index fingers and breathe. Nice to breathe. And back the other way. Nice. Okay, touch the that index finger, twiddle the middle finger. Oh, getting harder. Keep breathing. Relax the shoulders. Very good. And back the other way. And fourth fingers, twiddle, breathe, relax. Back the other way. All we're doing is rewiring our brain. So it might take you a few practices to rewire the brain, but the good news is it's possible. And twiddling the little fingers. If you put a little bit of pressure on the fingers, it does make it slightly easier. I don't know, 5% easier if you're lucky. Back the other way. Fabulous. All right, bring the chi into the hands. Let's run through what we've learned so far. We've done the cloud hands to the left, which I think is that way for you. Okay. So, standing tall. Feeling again that rootedness or rooting down into the earth. Focus. Tai Chi for rehab. Let's begin. Moving your left foot out. I'll try to be a good mirror. Whoops. Left foot out to the side. And adjust our weight. Excellent. Relax your shoulders, and that's how the arms float up. Fingers face the sky. 3 breaths in and out. Gently contracting the pelvic floors during the out breath. That works for you. Allowing the whole body to breathe in. And out. Cloud hands to the left. We put the left hand up, right hand down. Turn the body to the right and the weight into the right leg. Step out to the left. Shift your weight grain by grain by grain. Stepping in, make a stop sign. Swap your hands. Right hand up, turning the body to the right, weight into the right leg. Step left. Stop. Swap the hands. Good. Left hand up, so I'm shifting weight left, turning left. Good. Stepping in. Stop. Swap and shifting weight to the right. Last one. Stepping out. Stop. Swap and turn. Stepping in, stop, swap, and turn. We finish the same side we began. We come back to our center. We breathe in and out. Pass the ball forward. close the form. Left foot in, feet together, and relax. Okay, if you're quite new to this Yang style cloud hands, and that's enough to focus on, please just focus on that. But if you want the next layer to explore, what I encourage you to do, some of us have played with this concept before. Imagine a figure 8 or the sign of infinity, but instead of drawing it in the air in front, we actually put it down on the ground between where we're standing. So imagine there's a big figure 8 going around each of your feet, okay? So what we're doing with the pelvis in the cloud hands is following that figure 8. So I think that's your left. So we won't move, but we won't move the legs, but we'll just explore with the pelvis. So we're in the centre, and that's where the sort of crossover point of the figure 8 or a sign of infinity. Then we start off with the left. So we turn from Dantian and we bring the Dantian up to the top of the figure 8, and then we'll shift our weight back a smidgen around the back of the figure 8, and then we turn the Dantian, we'll come through the centre of the figure 8 and up and around the top of the right, around the back of the right, and back to the centre. Okay, so very easy to do it in this sort of manner where we overdo it. And what we want to do, when I do it like that, see how I'm tilting my pelvis? We want the pelvis to be parallel to the floor, and it's a very subtle movement. So let's try again. So just feeling that up to the top left hand, around the back, through diagonally through the centre, up over the right, around the back and down. If you let the hands just flop in front of you, the hands will express that. Up over the top left-hand corner, we'll come around the back, through the centre, and then it will come up over the other top corner, around the back, through the centre. So it's like, can you feel your arms are tracing around that figure 8? Can you feel that? Just having a little play with that. Nice. That's it. That's looking really good. And relax. It's very important we keep our knees soft as we're doing that so we don't put pressure on our lower back. What about if we add our arms to the cloud hands with our figure 8? Don't worry about stepping, just adding the figure 8s to the cloud hands. So we've done our open and close. So we have our left hand up, right hand down, and we turn slightly to the, that way, right. Okay, so coming up over the top towards the left-hand corner, and then as I go around the back, that's when I change my hands. I come back through the centre, up over the top of the right-hand corner, and I change my hands as I'm going around the back, come back through the centre. Around the top of the left hand, and then as I go around the back, I'm delivering the force, change the hands. Oh, I'm doing the wrong cloud hand, sorry. It's Yang, you're right, don't follow me, I'm doing the wrong ones. Palms facing us, sorry. Around, make the stop sign, that's what comes around the back through the centre. Around the top, and as I'm making the stop sign, around the back and change. Good. And relax. So again, it's just adding that next layer onto our movements. I think we've got time for a final run through. We'll go from the beginning all the way through. You're welcome to step or not step. I won't step in the cloud hands so we can really start to feel those sign of infinity or figure eights. Okay, focus. Let's begin your left foot out to the side. And just commence. And 3 breaths in and out. Good one. Great. So cloud hands, yang style. Your left hand up, turn the body slightly to the right. So through the center diagonally, up to the top of the left hand side, and then as I make a stop sign, change the hand. I come around the back and then through the middle, up over the top. As I come around the back, I change my hands. Beautiful. Excellent. Feel that figure eight and where the hands will change. Through the center, round the back, change. Good. Or if we just need to focus on the hands, just focus on the hands. That's fine as well. This is our last one. So we come back to our center. Open and hands forward, long. Okay, standing tall, feeling that beautiful connection with the earth. Again, we can think about having a bottle of water at Untitled and just check, oh, we don't want to slosh it around today. Open. Let's begin. Weighting to the right. So I can bring the left foot out, and as I adjust the weight, just no water sloshing. Good. Arms up, palms are opposite each other. This is a sun style opening. Fingers face the sky. Great. So we do 3 breaths in and out, really focusing on the water in the dantian, keeping it nice and steady. Great. 3rd breath in. Cloud hands to your left. So your left hand up. Right, I'll try to be a mirror. Right hand down. Step off to the left. Shifting the weight. Trying not to slosh the water. Good. Stepping in. And even as I turn the hand, if I had water in my hand, would I slosh it? Change. And shifting the weight without sloshing. Good. Step out. Stop. Swap. And turn. Good. Stepping in. Stop. Stop. Swap. And turn. Stepping out. Stop. Swap. So your left hand's up. Turning left. Fabulous. Stepping in. Stop. Swap. And turn. Finishing in the corner we began. Then back to our center. We actually need to go back the other way. So we take 1 breath in and out. So now, weight into your left leg, your right hand forward, and we step out to the right. Consciously shifting weight, no water sloshing. Stepping in, turn the hands, change. And turn. Remember, it's always from dantian, very small turn. Step, stop, swap, very small turn. Good. Step, stop, swap, and turn. I think that's number 2. Step, stop, swap, and turn. Stepping in, stop, swap, and turn. In the Tai Chi for rehab, we actually come back and do 3 breaths in and out. So let's try. Again, that water in our dantian. Bringing our breath down. Beautiful. Pass the ball forward. Palms are opposite. You might feel something between the hands. You might not. Hands lower down. We start to stand up a little. Weight into the right, bring the left foot in, and relax, and shaking up. Okay, so I guess a lot of that focus was having the bottle of water actually at our dantian level, so keeping it parallel this way. Let's go through again, and I want you to really focus on the bottle of water in the top cloud hand, and especially here, as I turn the hand, can I keep that lovely and steady? As it sinks down, can I keep it lovely and steady? And then when I turn, can I keep it lovely and steady? And off we go again. All right, well done. Let's go through our set so far. So our open and close, cloud hands left, cloud hands right, open and close. Let's see how we go. Okay, so feet together, focus, body upright. Again, feel the earth, feel the heaven. And let's begin. Your left foot goes out. Adjust. Sink the shoulders, palms opposite. You might feel connection between the palms, or you might not. Fingers face the sky as I sink down. 3 breaths in. And as I breathe out, I gently contract the pelvic floor. I breathe in, I let them relax. I breathe out, gently contract. Good. Last one. Breathe in. Cloud hands to your left. Left hand up, right hand down. We step out to the left. Remember, we consciously shift the weight, turning. Stepping in, make the stop sign. Swap the hands and consciously turn. Stepping out, make the stop sign. Change. And turn, like we were talking about yesterday, not sloshing the water. Stop. Swap. And turn. Last one, step, stop, swap, turn, stepping in, stop, swap, and back to the corner we began, and finding an arc to come back. We take 1 breath in and out. Cloud hands back to your right, weight into your left, right hand up. Stepping out, shifting the weight, staying the same height. Stepping in, stop. Swap. And turn. Fantastic, looking good. Step, stop. Swap. And turn. That's number 2. Good. Step. Swap. Turn. Stepping in. Stop. Swap. And finishing in the corner we began. Coming back to our center. And we'll do 3 breaths in and out. Allowing the whole body to breathe. That's what's moving our arm. And then gently pass the ball forward and close the form. Left foot in and feet together and shaking out. Okay, I thought today we've talked about the step, stop, swap, and then we turn. We step, we stop, and when I stop, both hands turn. Stop, swap, and turn. But perhaps it's good to explore why. Why is it that particular sequence? There are a couple of reasons why is a step, stop, swap, turn. That's a real mouthful to say. Remember, the roots of Tai Chi go back to martial arts. So imagine if someone was holding your wrists, it's actually breaking a wrist grasp. If someone's holding your wrist, that's what that is. So you need a strong foundation, the step, so you're nice and connected to the earth and stable. And then you're breaking a wrist grasp and then literally swiping. If someone's hand's here, you're swiping their hand off yours and then moving them out of the way. For some people, understanding the martial application can really help make sense. It's like, aha, of course it makes sense. You need to have a solid base before you stop, and you're swiping. It's a swiping action off before you turn. For others, that just doesn't resonate at all. So for the ones who that doesn't resonate, then I like to think about the connections with traditional Chinese medicine. And the most important connection points we've talked about is wherever the third finger touches, that's the palm, that's your Lao Gung point. So that's a very important point in the palm. And we want the Lao Gung to go opposite our middle dantian, which is called your heart. So we have lower dantian and middle dantian, and there is an upper dantian as well. So from a Chinese sort of more medical, the energy perspective, the Lao Gung is connecting to your middle dantian. Of course, dantian is turning. And I like to think that when we step, we always step, well, with our sideways stepping, we step to the side, ball, heel. And what's so important about the ball of the foot, that's your bubbling well, that's your kidney 1 point. And they say the energy comes up from the earth through your bubbling well or your kidney 1 point. So I guess that's really important to consider if we're talking about it more from a Qigong-ish type thing. You've got the energy coming up from the bubbling well, and then it's sort of expressing through that. So it's the step, step, stop. You're expressing that energy and change. And in the change, I actually like the palms going opposite each other. Paul Lamb doesn't always do that, but I love the feeling of it. So when you bring the palms past each other, you may feel some warmth, you may not. You know, imagine if we just did a whole hour of breathing in and out. You know, maybe one day when you got a spare hour, just breathe in and out with that awareness and see what happens. My experience is it becomes like 2 ends of a magnet. You can't push your hands together. I don't know what's going on, but there's a repulsion between the hands, and there's a warmth and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, don't believe me, practice for an hour or so and see what your experience is. So I thought it's good to explain from the different ways about, well, why is it this sequence? Step, stop, swap, turn, and hopefully that's enlightened you a little from a martial arts perspective as well as more sort of Qigong-ish way. I think we've got time for a final run through, so whatever resonates with you, if it's the martial arts or the more energetic perspective. This is the last run through for the week, so my only invitation is for you to relax and enjoy the experience. Remember, we're here because it's good and fun. All right. Then standing tall. Relax the abdomen so we can bring our breath down. Let's begin. Left foot out. Adjust. Commencement. Now 3, open and close. Cloud hands to your left, weighting to the right, left hand up, stepping left. So this step, this is an irregular step, so we can start this stepping in. Stop. Swap. And turn. Or we touch down on the bubbling well. Express that energy, go past the Lao Gong points. Lao Gong through middle dantian, whichever way resonates best with you. That's number 2. Good, that's our last one. So we come back, we'll just take one breath in and out between our cloud hands. Your cloud hands back the other way, must be to your right. Right hands up. Right. Stop. Swap. That's number 2. That's number 3. So 3 breaths in and out. Excuse me. And pass the ball forward. Close the ball. Breathing in, feet together. Wonderful. All right, we do need to do our cool down. Excuse me while I just get some water. Okay, and tightening the body, stretching, stretching, and relax. Stretch, and release. Breathing in, and out. Gather the chi, the breath. Sinking down. And last one, gather. And down. Beautiful. Shaking out. Let's grab a chair. We'll have a seat together. Okay. So it is a chance just to check in. You're welcome to close your eyes or look down at this floor. Just notice any information my body's giving me right here, right now. I've been moving for nearly half an hour. The shoulders feel a little bit more at ease and relaxed. What's happened to my breath? Am I any warmer? Just noticing. In our own time, just focus on 3 breaths in and out. Just knowing when you're breathing in and knowing when you're breathing out. Nothing more, nothing less. Your eyes are closed. I'll invite you to open your eyes again. Having a stretch or a yawn. Excuse me, or whatever you need to do right now. Well done. Waving hands in the clouds is quite a complex movement. So if you didn't feel like you've really captured it today, please, you can go back to Facebook or onto the YouTube channel and watch it again and again and again. So thank you so much for your time and your energy in the session. Be well, and I look forward to seeing you next session. Thank you.